Right.
Hello, welcome back to Life with Twinsies. I'm Jasmine.
And I'm Charles.
Yes, and tonight we just finished watching Season 2, Episode 1 of Queen Sugar. Yes. So, I think out of a scale of 1 to 10 for Queen Sugar, this episode was about a 7-ish?
Yeah, about a 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So...
On the high end. On the high end of the 7.
Yeah. Not that it was a bad episode, but...
Looking at thinking about the previous season and judging it from the previous season, then we're saying a 7. Because, of course, the previous season had some good plots in there, some good stuff in there, so it was good. This right here is good, so we know it's going to escalate a little bit more. They started off at a 7. But it wasn't like it was a 2.
Yeah. But just to recap, and let's put this out there. This is a spoiler alert. So if you haven't watched Season 2, Episode 1, go back and do that before you watch this video, because we're going to be discussing what took place in this episode and what we think about it. So it's like they start off showing Nova, and there's a white man that walks up behind her, and he's like, I had a good time, I want to see you again. And I'm confused. Yeah, what happened to the other guy that she was with Season 1? Because if you watch Season 1, you know that the finale ended and
they were talking.
Yeah, and he said that he was going to leave his wife for her.
Uh-huh.
So what has transpired now? We don't know.
I'm not sure if he said. I can't recall if he said he's leaving his wife for her or he's just leaving his wife.
No, he was leaving his wife for her, and he took her out, and they went out on the town dancing. Okay. And one of his fellow cops disrespected her and spit in her face, so they got into that big fight.
Yes.
Yeah. So we don't know they haven't revealed yet what happened with her relationship. But so it goes from there, and then it goes into a meeting where Charlie's meeting with
some banks.
Yeah, and she wants to get the loan for the sugar mill, and they say, okay, that's fine, but it's contingent upon Davis signing the contract as well.
And if you've seen Season 1, you know this guy Davis. He's a sneaky snake in the grass.
Yeah.
Yes.
But Charlie, she's
a sneaky snake.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're birds of a feather, and she has an agenda now. So, I mean, when they left that meeting, she said, "Of course, there's no problem." But I'm thinking, okay, now what is Charlie gonna do to get Davis to sign this contract? Right. Meanwhile, Remy is there with her, and he still cares for Charlie, and you can tell that he wants to be with Charlie, but he knows that,
she ain't right in the head yet.
Yeah, and I mean, if he wants to move forward, he doesn't want her to have all these attachments to Davis. You know what I mean?
Right.
She wants him to be able to make a clean break and move on so that she's free to be in a relationship with him. But, if he has to be on the loan as well, he knows that something else is just going to be over their head.
True.
Yes. And then, which brings us to Aunt Vi in Hollywood.
Yeah.
She is missing her some Hollywood.
She wants some Hollywood.
I mean, I understand why she reacted the way she did with him. She had felt like she's too old to be made a fool of, and for his wife to show up at the cookout, which he made the mistake in the first place by not telling her that he was in fact still married.
Yeah,
he could have explained the circumstances, but she cut it off with him. But she was just like, don't come back, you go with her.
Yeah, he's like, dude, really? What's going on?
But she's had some time, to settle down, and she realizes that Hollywood was just trying to do the right thing, and he's a good man. And she really misses him.
Yeah, she misses him.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's stalking that brother. She's stalking.
I don't know about stalking him.
She all on the man's Facebook page trying to see if he posts anything.
That's right. That's how we do. But anyway, so from there, Micah gets pulled over while
Micah
driving
get this
black.
nice ride, and he's driving while black.
Yeah. Yeah. But prior to him getting pulled over, they go to the nightclub. Charlie goes to the nightclub with Nova and Aunt Vi to celebrate Micah turning 16. And while they're at the club, they run into Davis, and he has a woman with him.
Yeah.
So Charlie confronts him
Caucasian
because
woman.
yeah, Charlie confronts him because he's supposed to be home with their son, spending some time with his son for his birthday, but he's out at the club with some chick. So that didn't go over too well.
Nah, never goes over well.
No.
Nah. I saw that coming. Soon as she had that eagle eye on him, she said, ooh, she's going over there.
Uh-huh.
And she ain't going to go over there just to say hi.
But the scene with Micah getting pulled over, you already knew what was going to happen.
Yes.
And you're like, watch, it's about to go down.
It wasn't... It's a thing with being black and driving a car, and that moment when the sirens or the lights come on. I've been in that predicament.
Yeah.
My own car, get pulled over, and actually my car was stolen. I got my car back, and they never took it off the stolen list.
Oh gosh.
So I'm driving my own car. I get it back. The police officer found it. Gave me my car. I'm driving. They pulled me over because they saw the tags and it was still on the stolen list. And brother man I'm like, okay. I got my car back. Roll the window down. I put my hand on the steering wheel. Being calm. Next thing I know, I got a cop on the right side of my car. Got a cop on the left side of the car. And he tells me to be still and take your seatbelt off. Like,
do you want me to be still, or do you want me to take the seatbelt off? And that's how Micah was in that moment. I mean, he was scared to death, and he's thinking, okay, he didn't have his license on him, which was mistake number one.
And then he said, get your registration. Everybody know your registration's in either your glove box or in the side box. Don't reach for it. Don't reach for it.
And you knew from the beginning, as soon as the sirens went off, you was like, oh, they're taking my man to jail.
Yeah. I thought they was going I did think they was going to shoot him. I didn't think they were going to. First I thought they were going to kill him, but I said, nah, they ain't going to kill him. They probably shoot him and hurt him, but yeah, not a good thing. Not a good thing.
Yeah, and first of all, how could he even justify arresting him because he didn't charge him? Was it just not failure to have your license? I didn't know you could be arrested for that. But then they didn't put him in the system. They just threw him in the back, and they took the handcuffs off of him.
Right.
So they just did it to
make
a point.
They put him in a holding cell.
Yeah, it was like the cop who arrested him. He just did it to make a point.
And they didn't give him his phone call.
Yeah. And, his father, now here comes Davis to the rescue, and, Charlie's...
The big high basketball player.
Yeah.
Everybody knows him.
Charlie's in there yelling, going off, I want my son out here now. I need to see my son now. And Davis just comes in, and the whole force, they're starstruck, like, oh, Davis, asking for selfie pictures, and, he's just like, oh, yeah, sure, And he's like, well, we don't have your son in the system. And Davis asked if they could please just check the holding cells. And Micah was back there, so he was released. And the poor kid peed himself. I mean, he was scared to death. And I can imagine.
Being 16, being sheltered, thrown in jail with... They were some hard looking guys in that show. I seen a few of them. They gave him a couple of side profile looks, but they were looking hard in that cell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I don't think I would have wet myself, but yeah, I can't.
I would hope not.
I can't blame him for wetting himself.
Well, if you did, not for the reasons that Micah wet his pants, you wouldn't be able to hold it.
Right. Yes.
But
that's another story. But go ahead.
Micah, he comes from a very privileged life, and he was sheltered a lot. So he probably never even thought of, that could possibly happen to him. And he doesn't want to talk about it. He doesn't want to tell his mom what happened. He doesn't want to tell his aunt what happened. So they're just being comforting towards him right now. But I'm sure in his mind he's trying to process everything what happened, because coming from LA, not that being arrested for driving while black doesn't happen in LA, but dealing with LA and Louisiana is like two different worlds.
Yeah.
So
especially from the life he came from
right.
to where he is right now. Yes, he still have money, but he's not living that chauffeured life. Like, he's getting chauffeured around. He got a driver, so he don't need to get out the car. So
right.
he gets chauffeured around everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So now he's out there. Okay, now whatever happens, it's on you.
So then they flip to the next scene where Nova's in the bed again with
another Caucasian guy.
Yeah, she's in a bed with another Caucasian guy. And I said to Charles, I said, okay, where are they going with this? Obviously, Nova is like longing for something. She must be missing Calvin. I'm not sure, but why would they
I'm
have
not sure
her?
she's sure.
Yeah, and it's like she really has no interest in there. She's just doing it basically for sport.
Right. Because you can see the look on her face after they say, okay, I got to go. It's like, okay, well.
And she says, you should leave. And,
right.
When they try to reach out for her or they try to show interest in seeing her again, she's just like.
She's cold to her.
Yeah. So I'm curious to find out what has taken place between Nova and Calvin, and if he did in fact leave his wife, or maybe the fight he got into with the fellow cop, affected his decision, which I can't see it being that. So.
Not only does it affect his job, as far as him hanging out with her because of what she does for a living. Because she's a militant, and she's trying to fight for the wrongly accused black man locked
right.
up in jail, and she's making all these marches, all these flags, and then on the side she's selling her little weed. So she's doing a whole lot of stuff. So
yeah, that is true. And then we end with the kicker for the end of this episode, where Charlie forges Davis's signature on the contract.
Yes. I'm looking at her. I'm like, please don't do it. Please don't do it.
I didn't see that coming though, because I thought that she was really gonna go to Davis and either proposition him to do it or just flat out just say, blackmail him like she always does.
Yeah.
I need you to sign this, because I need this to happen. But I guess she just really wants to be done with him. But this can come back and kick her in the butt.
Yes.
For sure. Because, I don't know how she's going to pull this off, because it may come back to at some point, maybe it's going to be the bank or someone. They're going to approach Davis and say something to him.
If his name's on there,
yes,
then that means he's going to be part owner.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
And that right there is not going to sit well with Blue.
Ralph Angel.
Ralph Angel.
Right.
It's not going to sit real well with Ralph Angel. And you sit real well with Nova. They supposed to be partners. And when she forged this, she's actually bringing them in on this also.
And Ralph Angel, he seems like he wants to be able to make the decisions, and he stepped up in this episode and he made the decision to have the tractor fixed versus, going to his sisters and seeing if they felt like they needed to buy a new one. And he just wants so bad to tell them, hey, I don't really need to run things past you. Yeah. So I think
he's biting his tongue a whole lot.
Yeah, at some point in this season, it's going to come out that the father wanted him to be the sole owner of that farm.
Yes. It's going to come out.
Yeah, and you can see in the previews that he does go to Aunt Vi and he shows her the letter. So it's only a matter of time before, she says something. He communicates with her. And of course, Aunt Vi being the voice of wisdom, she's probably going to tell him that he needs to keep that to himself for the greater good. But, if Charlie keeps letting him know, shooting him down and telling him he doesn't have the right to make decisions, he might just come out and say, well, actually I do.
Yeah.
Which we don't know if that would even stand up in court, you know, because he didn't officially have the will change. So who knows how much weight that letter is going to hold.
Well, it might just hold some weight. Because you know, back in the day when they wrote the letter, that was your will.
Yeah, very true.
Because they said when they did write, I remember the season when the father passed, and they said that there's no other paperwork that they could find, that this is the last.
Okay.
That was the last thing he wrote out.
Okay.
So, and even though that paperwork was in the lockbox, it was dated and signed by his father or their father. So that could stand up. So, but it'd just be messy right now because Charlie thinks that
she can call the shots.
Yeah, she can call the shots.
Yes. Okay, guys. So tomorrow they will show episode 2. And we will be doing another review and reaction video to episode 2. Then they will go back to their weekly schedule, and you can expect a reaction and review video from us each week of Queen Sugar Season 2. And guys, Power starts Sunday. So you can expect a review from us coming up following the premiere of Power. We will have that for you.
What you need to do is you need to take off all day Saturday and just go look at the other seasons, and then so you can get caught up.
Yes.
And then you're right there.
So you guys make sure you tune in Sunday for Power for the premiere, and we'll probably either post the video late Sunday night or first thing Monday morning. So stay tuned for that. You can look for that. And guys, if you like the reviews, please thumb it up and remember to subscribe, and we'll be back with more reviews for you. And please, if you have any questions, suggestions, or comments, let us know how you guys like the episode and what you think. Thanks guys for watching. We'll see you in the next review. So Life with Twinsies.
We're out.